right, it is 8 o'clock, 8:03. I hope you are ready. I hope you ate your dinner, or maybe you're gonna wait on that. I don't know, my schedule's crazy, so I eat when I feel hungry. Okay, so if you are joining me and you have never taken a class with me, I would like you just to post questions here. I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you have. I really want to just help the community. I want to help you guys learn, and I am super happy to answer any questions. No question is not important. So, all right. So what I want to say first about when you're dancing salsa, especially Cuban salsa, they incorporate their whole body, right? There's all different types of salsa in this world. The salsa that I teach and the salsa that I love is really more free salsa. It is from the streets. So it's not ballroom salsa. So if that's something that you're looking for, you can message me and I will give you some places you can go to look for that specifically. The type of salsa that I like is Cuban style, more or less, but it's all incorporated. So you have to be comfortable in your body. And as I've taught so many people over the years, I feel like we're not comfortable in our own body. So this is a great time because you're not in front of anybody else or maybe just your family, and really explore your body, understand the way that your body works. So if you want to share this video with anybody and they don't know who I am, hi, I'm Jessica. So what I want you to do first is really understand that the body's kind of broken up into sections. So we move them in different parts as we walk, right? So when we walk normally, we use opposition, right? Mostly, most of the time. So it's a natural movement with your own body. And we just happen to put it together to dance with a partner. But if you don't know how to move on your own comfortably, then how are you going to be able to do that with a partner? So the first thing is to be comfortable with your own movements and weight changes. So what I want to do first is really just, and this is for lead and follows, it works the same, we both have to be comfortable, is understand the movement in your body. So we have our rib cage, and as our rib cage moves separate from our bottom portion of our body, right? So separate from this section down. So this is going to be not moving. We're not going to move it at all. The upper body has to be separate. So maybe some of you are having a hard time with that. I tell my students to get a chair, and when they have a chair, to sit on the edge, and that stabilizes your hips so that you can really understand where the movement comes from and how you're moving. This is so important as you get older. As we get older, we become stiff, and you don't want that to happen to your body. You want to be healthy. You want to be young. You want to feel good, and our spine needs to be able to move. And so I don't know about you or what kind of jobs you have, but when I'm at work, I'm a teacher, I'm all over the place, right? Kindergartners all over the place. So I'm moving. But for those of you who sit in an office or are sedentary, you've got to be able to move your body throughout the day. It's so important. So dancing is perfect for that. So sit in a chair, and you can you can hold on, but you want to make sure that you're moving separately from your hips. So side to side. And it's okay if they're moving right now and you're learning how to do this, right? But those are the movements that you want to start being comfortable with. So do some of those exercises throughout the day and get kind of used to that, your chest portion, right? Your isolation. The next part is your hips. Yeah, both men and women move their hips, okay? So side to side. So I'm not taking my whole body side to side. I'm just simply moving my hips right and left. We're like mirroring each other, so whatever you feel comfortable. So that also has to be fluid. There has to be movement in your hips. We don't dance salsa like this, right? We're not stiff. We move, and just like if you're holding a baby in your hip, or if you're tired and you're leaning against the wall, your hips move. So you want to make sure that they're loose and that you have, well, they say that we hold a lot of emotion in our hips. So if your hips are tight, Maybe you really need to stretch them out. Maybe it's going to release some trauma, some emotion that's been happening in your life, right? So make sure that your hips are moved. This isn't going to be like my normal workout class, so we're not going to go over a full set of exercises to warm up our body. But I do want you to know that your hips have to move independently of your rib cage, right? So you get all of these, and you get all of those, and so you get warmed up. Shoulders as well. We move our shoulders in salsa. It's not that we force our shoulders to move. It comes from our back, but they're mobile, right? They're moving independent of my hips. And as they come together, they're all connected, but they're just separate. Okay, so I said that I would do follows in the first half hour. And no, I want you to know, I'm one teacher in a gazillion teachers of dance. And so this is just the way I've learned, and this is from my dance training. You know, I started very little with ballet, jazz, tap, flamenco, everything. And so I incorporate what all of my teachers have shown me from, 5 years old, 4 years old to university and beyond in my adulthood. I still learn. I go to Cuba, I take classes. So this is something that I've learned collectively from all my teachers. There's not one way to do things. So that's what I love about salsa, is that it's unique to all of you. All right, to your own person. So as a follow, we're still gonna mark the time. So we're gonna start en tiempo, on time, with my right foot. So is that my right foot to you guys? So I'm just gonna step in place, and as I step in place, remember I'm saying follow. Men can follow, women can follow, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna move your hips either way. You're gonna step right, left, right. Notice I haven't switched my weight yet because I wait on 4, on the 4 count. So I switch my weight on 4, and I'm ready to step with my left foot, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not going to do that with counts for right now. I'm just going to do it calling out which foot. So I'm going to step right, left, right, hold. I'm going to switch, left, right, left, hold, and then switch. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. If you're like, why do we not do it on 4 and 8? Well, because we're not doing it with contratiempo, against time. That would be 2, 4, 6, 8. We're doing 1, 3, 5, 7. So, again, let's do it with me. So start with your left foot, or your right foot, I'm sorry. We're gonna step 1, 2, 3, hold, switch your weight, 5, 6, 7, hold, switch your weight again. Step, 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 switch, step, 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 switch. Now, I can't see you, so I don't know what it looks like. But what I want to remind you is that the force is going down to earth, right? So I'm not going 1, I'm going 1. My foot is there on the count. Priya, stop. Sorry, is down on the count. So down, 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 pause, switch, down, 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 pause, switch. So we're just gonna do that with some rhythms that I have from Berna Jam, who I love, is an incredible DJ. He's Cuban, out of Miami. So you can get to hear some of the rhythms and the clave and how it fits with music. Here we go. Let's see. Step, step, step. Forward. 1, 2, If you're comfortable and ready to move your shoulders, please do that.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Step, step, step. Step, step, step.
1, 2,
Good.
3, 5, 6, 7.
We're going to take it back and front. Back,
1, 2, 3,
together,
5,
front,
6,
together.
7.
Back, front.
1, 2,
We'll start right there.
5, 6, 7.
Okay, so was that all right? Did you were you able to do it in your spot? Okay, so now when you're dancing with a partner, you typically, well, when I'm leading, I like to start in place, or I like to get the rhythm of the music as I'm waiting, right, to begin with my partner. But when we do finally start dancing together, there is your basic step, which is front and back. So for follows, we usually step back as the lead is leading us forward. So that would be, can you see my feet? Okay, so I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. So I'm gonna step with my right foot. I'm not stepping too far and I'm not stepping too close. It's for my own pace. And what I mean by that is when I'm walking, just my regular steps, that's my pace. So I'm not gonna step out of my pace. It doesn't matter if I'm dancing with somebody taller or shorter than me. I still dance my own space. I'm not going to step on my partner's toes, right? Because we're going to be conscientious of our partner. So I'm going to step 1, 2, 3, in place together. As I switch my weight and get ready, step with my left foot forward. 5, 6, 7. Back. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Now, the more comfortable you get, the easier it will be to move slightly in front or behind your neutral position. What I mean by that is, if I go 1, 2, 3, that's my basic pace walk. I'm a little bit in front of where my neutral position is. And then I step forward, 5, 6, 7, I'm a little behind of my neutral position. And that becomes more normal for me, as opposed to going step, together, step, together. But if you're first time learning salsa, I want you to do that step together so that you know the difference between back, central, or neutral, and forward. Yeah? So I'm going to put the music on. We're going to pick up right where we left off, and we'll try it again. Here we go. Ready? Step, front. Knee, back, now front.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
In place. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Rhea. So those are your very basic steps, right? So when you're dancing with somebody as a follow, those are your basic steps. What I want to remind you is that you're just walking, right? Walk, 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 walk. So if you just throw on music and do that around your house, it will naturally ingrain in your body and your head, right? So it's not just the steps. You have to put music to it. The music is what drives us. The music is what pulls you up and makes you want to move, right? So, well, I'm gonna go on one more thing before I just go over, what time is that? Oh yeah, we got time. Okay, so your basic step, like your 0 step, right? Now, after you do that and you're with a lead, they might change up the steps with you. It depends on how they're leading. So anything from there you can do. You just have to keep in mind your basic pattern of steps. So with my right foot, as I start on 1, my lead might lead me to the side, 1, right back in my place, 2, together, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm still doing right, left, right, switch, left, switch, right, switch, left, right, left. What I want you to know is I'm always coming back to my center. It's going to be more important because a lot of follows, for example, when we do our turns and end up over here, but they don't end up right back in their spot for their partner, so their partner is able to move into the next figure that they want to move. So we have to remember where our neutral spot is, and we want to come back to it, right? So I'll put on the music again, and we'll do basic side step. So our basic being 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Our side step will be starting out to this side with our right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I'll go into leads, why it's important to wait till you finish typically your full 8 count, or your full pattern of steps. So let's put the music on quickly and we'll try it again. Let's see. Here we go.
2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, back. Front, back. Side. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 5. 1, 5. Basic. 1 and 5. Yeah, we finished. Good. So those are just some of your basic, very basic steps. If you're a follow and that's all you feel comfortable with, your lead will know that, right? But if you're gonna get led into anything else, Priya, stop. Sorry, my dog needs attention. What I'm gonna do next is what they would lead us into a cross-body lead. And so a lot of follows, when they don't know what's coming, will get tense, right? We'll get like anxious and not know, and we'll take double steps. But if you just relax and remember your basic pattern of steps, it should be very easy for you to be led into any sort of combination or figure dancing with your partner, assuming they're following the basic pattern of steps too, right? So it's not just follows responsibility or leads responsibility, it's both responsibilities. So I'm gonna pretend to be led into a cross-body lead as a follow. And I'm gonna do it with my back facing you guys. So I will step back. 1, 2, 3. I shouldn't feel anything different from my lead, although they've done something different. So follows, our first instinct is to turn and face our lead whenever they do something. Don't do anything unless you feel them guide you to do something different, right? So I remember when I first started dancing, someone called me a needy dancer. I'm sure I was, because I always had to, like, I came out of a turn, I put my hand back on their shoulder, or I just needed like that confirmation that I was gonna be there ready for them to do whatever was next. But don't do that. Let them lead you, let them guide you. Your responsibility is to be doing your steps, have a nice resistance in your arms and your body, right? Stay engaged so that you can be led easily. I think that what happens is, and we'll talk about this with leads, is that if you don't give them enough resistance or the right amount of resistance to lead you, it's like a communication, they're gonna put their thumbs on your hand. They're gonna hurt, like, I don't wanna say hurt you, but just use more force into trying to get you to do whatever combination they are. So if you're giving your part, then they can actually ease up on that and it's more enjoyable. So my partner is going to open up to the side after we do a basic step. 1, 2, 3, they open, and they lead me by my shoulder blade, right here. They lead me forward, 5, they start turning me back towards them, 6, and together 7. So the footwork for that is 1, 2, 3, no change at all. Now they're leading me to walk forward, 5, and they're continuing that motion, 6, and I turn back around, 7, and then they lead me to do my basic step again, 1, 2, 3. So what we shouldn't be feeling is the leads pulling us towards them this way already on 3, because that would make us step over ourselves, right? So we do it again. 1, 2, 3, walk, 5, 6, 7, back step with your right foot on 1. Yeah, let's do it again. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Step, step together, and 1, 2, 3. And your basic, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna do that with some music very, very slowly, okay? Let's see if I can find, let's do this, and let's see. I hope you guys are doing well. Remember, I will go over all of these comments a little bit later, and I will reach back out to you, just so you know. Hi, who's here? Hi, Estelle. Hi. Hi, Gunther. Okay. 5, 6. One basic for the follow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right. Cross body. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 5, 1, 5. Cross body. 2, 3. Step, step, turn, and 1. How was that? Do we need to go slower? Let's see. Maybe we need to go a little slower. Let me know. How's it going? Hi, Josie. Good to see you. All right. Here we go. Let's do this song here. 5, 6, half time. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, cross body. 1, 2, 3. I'm walking forward. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Cross body. 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. Last step. 1. Get ready to pick it up with the music. Here we go.
Quien no cree en Dios, quien no cree en los santos, tu buen deseable de
Let's go. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. Step, step together.
a la presión de que la madre lo parió mi hermano, que se crió en el barrio,
Let's go. Cross body. 1, 2, 3.
combinaba
5, 6, 7. 1.
como un estudiante y metiendo cuenta que dentro de la
Again,
mente que se
cross
toma
body.
que se dé. Cuando no sabe short, salió el año siguiente, la manda es un bar, y que le mete diente, los zapatos de la zona andan de emergencia, a uno le metió la mucha, a otro le metió la frente, y hace con el hombre, es contra la corriente.
I want to go over one more thing with you, and that is the, I know, I miss dancing too. All right, I want to go over the right turn for follows, because what's important about this is that you're spotting your partner, that you are not, that you're not getting dizzy, and that you're coming back to the space where you were. So, as a follow, you're my partner right now. I'm spotting you. That means I'm looking at you. When I do my turn, I'm not going to look all the way around the room. That's going to get you dizzy. So you want to make sure that you get your head back around to your partner as soon as you can, because one, it will help you turn your body and you'll face them to get ready for the next movement, and two, you won't get dizzy, okay? So some of us have heels on, it's just easier. So usually the lead happens on 3 in Cuban style, right? In LA style, it happens on 5, or it's still 3, but you turn on 5. So what we're gonna do is turn and start our turn on 3. So 1, 2, 3, I've already started my turn. And I'm just gonna walk around myself, but I'm gonna end up as close as I can back to the same spot. 5, 6, 7. Although I didn't turn my head all the way back around, but it was slow. So again, 1, 2, 3, I look at my partner. 5, I look for my partner again. 7, again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Then you're ready to do enchufe or whatever else is gonna come up. So let's do it from 1 basic, and then I will mock like the hand is gonna be turning on 3. Okay? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Again. 6, 7. 1, 2. Up. Step, step together, and basic. Yeah? Can we try that with music? All right. Here we go.
Como la serpiente, como la jeva, vemos pasaje de tres
5, 6, 7, vamos. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. One more. Here we go. Here we go again. Ready? 1, 2, up. One more time. Basic. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. Walk. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. Step together. Back. Again, cross body. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Right, left, right. Left. Again. 1, 2, 3. One more cross body and I'll do a turn. 5, 6, 7. Go. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. 5,
como dice el refrán, dice que se pasó de ropa, que le dijo el Fran, pensó que era un flan, suave como el pan, y resultó ser a la
Okay, how was that? You learned a few of them. You learned your basic step for the follows. This was for follows. Basic step in place, your basic step front and back, the timing with the music, your cross body, and your right turn, okay? So now we're gonna talk about the leads. So the person who's leading the dance. We say leads because women can lead, men can lead, women can follow, men can follow. So as a lead, my responsibility, my sole responsibility, is to make sure that my partner is comfortable, that I'm giving clear cues about what's happening, I'm on rhythm, and I know what I'm gonna be doing, right? So like, I wanna make sure that I give my follow enough time to prepare for whatever it is that I'm gonna lead them into. So, as a lead, the holds are really important. So a closed position hold is right, your hand is right behind the shoulder blade here. So that is a place that you can help move the person, and it's not gonna be like if it's on their hip. If it's on their hip, if your hand's on the hip is gonna go. It's not gonna take the whole person. If it's behind here on their shoulder blade, it takes the whole person to the side. So your hand, your right hand is gonna go on the shoulder blade, behind the shoulder blade. Your left hand is gonna be at the eye level of the person who's shortest. So typically if I'm leading, they're about the same height. So anyway, the hand's gonna be here. And the hand hold is here. It's not hard, it's not, it's not intertwined, it's not strict. It's just gently like your hand is folding over. It's a nice little communication. And both both are pushing equally against each other. So one's not overwhelming the other, right? So I have my hand here and I have my follow here. So I'm turning to the side. Let's see, I'll turn to the side here. So my follow already knows to step back. So as I lead them, I'm engaging my core as the lead, and I'm helping guide them, not just with my hand here, but I'm also I'm giving them a little like signal behind their back that I'm going to be moving in that direction. So I step forward, 1, 2, 3, and I gently, with my right hand on their shoulder blade, lead them towards me on 5, 6, 7. Again, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now typically when you're in closed position, that's always the hold, right? You're always doing your basic step typically, or close. When you're apart in an open position, that's when the difference kind of starts to happen. So in closed position again, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Now let's say I want to lead my partner into the side-side movement that we did for follows. I'm going to gently lead my partner with my hand on their shoulder blade towards the left, because I'm starting at the beginning of the next phrase of the music. We really usually don't change combinations in the middle of a step. What I mean by that is I'm not going to do 1, 2, 3 and then change into 5, 6, 7 into a turn. It's usually as a unit, right? So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, then I'll start doing something different, right? Which is like maybe my crossbody lead. So we step 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to lead my partner to my left with my hand on their shoulder blade, pressing on their side of their rib cage so they can also go left. But then as I go left, I bring them back to their center. So that's 3, and then 5, 6, 7 to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. At this point, as a lead, if I'm dancing with somebody that I've really never danced with before, I'm going slow because I want to know what they can do. I want to be respectful of where they are in their dancing journey. And if I'm a badass dancer and I can do all kinds of things, and I choose somebody who, I've never danced before, and I start doing all these combinations, I might make that experience really miserable for somebody who's just learning or doesn't quite know the style that I'm dancing. So my suggestion to leads especially is that be compassionate with the person that you're dancing with. Go slow so that you can build trust with them and you can have so much fun. It's really important. So don't scare them away, right? Start slowly, like when you start driving, right? You don't go crazy and speed right away and do all kinds of things. You go slow. So same thing here. You do your basics. 1, 2, 3, maybe side to side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go back into my basic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now I've decided I'm going to do a crossbody lead because follows get bored if you do too many basics. So a crossbody lead changes the environment for your follow. It changes, maybe there's somebody dancing behind them that is doing a lot of turns and a lot of tricks, and you don't want them to get bumped in any way. That's one reason. The other reason is maybe you just want to give them something different to do. So you're changing positions with them. So we just went through this with the follow, but now for the lead, I'm going to step 1. Now I'm going to step out of my follow's way. 2, slightly, not crazy. 2, and I open up on 3, so that I have created a clear path for my follow to just walk plainly. That's it. It's like you're opening a door. So again, that's 1, open, 2, 3. So I still have my hand on their shoulder blade. This hand is out here. I'm not pulling them in because that would then turn them towards me and it would make their footwork really difficult. So all I've done is step out of their way and I have them here. Now, this is the tricky part for leads. We've done our first 3 steps. 1, I'm going to turn the light on so maybe you can see a little better. Okay, so I've gone 1, 2, I've opened up, 3, my weight is now on my left foot. We're going to worry about got the feet first. Then I change my weight on 5 to my right foot. 5. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 5. It's just a different sway. Then I turn 6, together 7, and then ready to step forward on 1 for my basic step. What this does for my partner is that it leads them, turns them around, and then helps guide them to step back into their basic step. So with my partner, it would be 1, 2, 3, I'm here. As I step 5, I lead my partner across me. So we're doing like this oppositional force. So we go 5, she's passed me already, or he's passed me already, and I turn them 6, together 7, and I lead them back 1. Okay? So this is my partner. I'm stepping 1 as they step back, 2, 3. You can see I haven't moved them at all. They're still there. So as I step and push, this would be 5. I turn them 6, 7, and then ready to lead them into the back step on 1. Okay? So again, as a lead, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Sometimes I've stepped back out of on my 5. It just kind of depends on your dancing partner and style. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Remember, you're just doing your basic steps, okay? Let's do it a little faster after our basic. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, here we go. And 1, open, 2, 3, step, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Okay? So I'm going to do that 2 times, and then we're going to go into an open position, which is important for continuing the dancing. Because if you stayed the whole time in closed position, it's constricting. So you want to make sure that you give your partner that freedom, and then also we'll talk about letting them go completely so that you can shine and dance and do some salsa suelta. Okay, so I'm going to do my basics here as a lead, starting with my left foot on 1 into a cross body lead. So 2 basics. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. My partner's still here. 5, 6, 7. Y 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Ready? Here we go. Cross body for leads. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Yes? Follows, if you're still doing it with me, I hope that you're trying at the same time. Hey, maybe there's couples doing this at the same time. I would love that. And if you are, send me a picture. Okay, now we've done cross body, back into closed position. We're going to do cross body into open position, okay? So I'm going to stay here so that my leads can see from the back. So I'm going to step 1, 2, 3, same thing, but there's a trick for when you let go of the hand. 5, then you let go, here, 6, 7. You keep holding this hand, yes? Again, 1, 2, 3, 5, let them go as they cross you, 6, 7, and you've turned them as they're coming towards you, 7. Now you're here. Now leads. For wapea, you're going to step back with your left foot instead of forward with your left foot. So Cuban style or casino salsa is typically the lead step back with their left foot and in front or in place with their right foot. Different than LA style or on 1, right? Which is continuing your basic step with your partner so that you're moving in LA style or on 1 style here. You're moving with your partner, and once you get into the open position in Cuban style, it's open and close, where you open and come back together. So there's a difference in that. All right, so what we're learning today is wapea, Cuban style. So 1, 2, 3, push, 5, 6, 7. Now, able to push and lead them back into their same step. They're gonna step back with their right foot for follows. We're gonna step back with our left foot. 1, 2, 3. Now you guys are coming towards each other. Where you push off with each other is important because when you push, you engage your core. And where you engage your core, your foot stops. So if you push and you give your partner that resistance, they're not gonna step on you. That's where they're gonna stop, okay? So, doing it sideways, 1, 2, 3, I get ready to push. 5, I push off to go. 6, 7, back in my spot. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna do a follow for a second, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, push. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So, together, I wish my daughter was here to help. It's so hard dancing by yourself. So, we're gonna do that twice. So, we're gonna do that out of a cross-body lead. 5, 6, basic release. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, one more. 1, 2, 3, cross-body lead. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, let go. And 1, 2, 3, push. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you remember, for follows, we learned how to do the right turn. You can do the right turn in a closed position. It's just that you're kind of confined in space, right? So if I'm dancing with my lead in closed position and he raises his hand on 3 to help me turn, 1, 2, 3, I have to have space to let go of this arm because it's on the shoulder and bring it down so that I can turn. As opposed to an open one, 5, 6, 7, back into my basic, okay? So it's just a matter of trying out different things and what works. But an open position, right turn, some call dedo, is just easier. So that's gonna happen on 3. You have to give your partner warning that something's gonna happen or notice that something's gonna happen because without warning, you can hurt shoulders. I've had shoulder injuries, right? From like leads cranking you around. Nobody should ever crank somebody around. Like, there's no need for that kind of force, right? It should be enjoyable. It should be smooth. It should be like with breath. So, so gentle, right? I know you might be strong, but just gentle. So for a lead, 1, 2, 3, I just bring my hand up. I'm not gonna circle around her head or force her around to turn. You don't need that. If they don't know how to turn, there's ways that you can get them to turn that are still gentle, right? With guidance. So 1, 2, 3, step. 5, 6, 7. You keep stepping, you keep marking your steps. Now, after you dance like 1,000 years and you don't need to mark anymore, that's cool. You do whatever you want to do or you want to style in between there, that's cool. But when you're just learning, it's important for you to mark because I tell you what, you might think that you're continuing to have the rhythm in your mind, but it's hard for people to multitask. And especially if your partner's talking to you maybe, or there's lots going on and you're sidetracked, you're gonna lose your count and you're gonna lose what you're doing. It's not gonna match what your partner's doing. So just mark it, right, in place. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, bring your hand down as you see the profile. So as I'm doing my turn as a follow, 1, 2, 3, right? 5, 6, my partner sees my profile. It's safe to bring my hand down. You see me? It's safe to bring my hand down here. If I'm here and my partner attempts to bring my hand down, it's gonna hurt my shoulder. So you wanna make sure your partner is already to the side, getting ready to face you before you bring your hand down. So leads, it's really important to know how your partner is moving, how your follow is moving, so that you can make sure that you're taking good care of them. So again, as a lead, I'm going 1, 2, 3. My partner's turning 5, 6. I bring it down 7 to go back into my basic wapea, right? If I want to. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Right turn, we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, back, 1. So out of that is normally like an enchufa or something fun, something different. But so that's your basic step, your crossbody lead, and your right turn step, okay? Hi, Arnold. Hey, Alejandro. Hi, Luis. Okay, so let's do that with music, right? So I'm a lead right now, a lead. I went over the follows, footwork, and steps for the very basic steps in the first part of this hour. So if you're just coming on and you want to see it from the beginning, you're welcome to back up. It's not a lot of music. I'm just really explaining movements, okay? So, and then put your comments here so I can answer them. All right, here we go. Nice and easy.
Se acabó Saddam Osama Afganistán. La gente ni comenta con temor a qué dirán. Y estos abusadores varios nunca volverán.
So you just practice it. Hang on a second. Just practice that. So what I want to say and reiterate is that dancing is about having a good time. It's about enjoying a 4 or 5 minute, or if you're dancing with Son Como Son, a 20-minute song with somebody, with a person that, or any Cuban song I should say. It's a moment in time where you get to experience some fun with this other person, dancing movements, a connection. So it's important that you give your partner the resistance that they need to be able to dance and guide you, or dance and follow with you, right? So leads and follows, if you're a lead and you already know all these amazing steps, I suggest you try to learn follow. I suggest that you try to understand a follow's responsibility and steps and footwork and movement. It will make you a more incredible lead. And for follows, if you're an amazing dancer already and you follow well, learn lead steps, learn lead routines. It is so hard as a lead to be dancing with somebody and making sure that you're on time, making sure that your partner is taken care of, that they're feeling comfortable and happy in the step. What's going to come next? How do I get into that movement? Who's around me? So we all have these roles, and we have to make sure that we give that other person that space that they need to do the job that they want to do, right? To have fun and to dance with each other well. So I want to say that for leads, make sure that you're not putting extra pressure on their hands as you're holding them, right? Because as things get harder, your thumb will push harder and harder and squeeze more and more as the combinations get trickier. So, and it's not that you're doing it on purpose, it's just naturally what happens, because as your energy goes up, that's gonna happen. So follows, we don't really need that. The placement for hands is really soft and gentle. You always have to maintain this sort of connection. That means you have energy in your arms all the way going through to your core. This always has to happen. If you're not giving your partner any energy and it's kind of just like limp, they're gonna want to hold on more to get you to do the movements that they have in their mind, right? Or the patterns that they've learned. So follows, you want to make sure that you're consistently giving them that. Leads, you want to be careful with follows wrists, right? So that's a hard thing. When you're Priya, people with fireworks, please stop. That's my little gripe right now. But as you push, it can hurt her wrist. And what I just learned, women have a kind of smaller vein, so it's easier to get pinched, which is like carpal tunnel and things like that. So leads, be gentle when you're pushing back somebody and trying to get them to lead, or whatever, but just be gentle. There's no need for extra force. Guiding is a talent. And so if you're an amazing lead, you can get your partner to do anything just with simple movements and simple guidance. And follows, you can be an amazing follow by engaging your core, by really being responsive to movements. I know many of you who are dancers have seen, like in videos, incredible bachata dancers, doing body rolls, and you see just the lead doing something like this on their back. But that's intuitive. Like, that's kind of a movement that doesn't take a lot of effort. So for all of those of you that think it's more effort and more energy and more force, you're wrong. Don't do it like that. You'll only be exhausted at the end of the dance, and your partner probably won't enjoy it because you're forcing them to do things, right? So again, we did our basic steps. Remember, en tiempo, in time, is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You're dancing on the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7. So I'm going to play some music really quickly so you kind of understand just a little bit about what I'm talking about. So this is, again, from my friend Berna Jam, who is a DJ who produces a lot of amazing things with a lot of amazing artists. And so, all right, let's see. Maybe this one. Okay, the clap right now is clave. Clapping on time. Salsa and wood. Yeah? That's good. Here's a different one. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7. Those are your downbeats. Now, 1, 2, 3. 'Kay, so I know that was fast, but if you guys have any questions about any of those movements, just remember, it is about taking time. So rewind, play the steps, go as slow as you need to. Now's the perfect time to dance in your home. No one's watching, especially if you're like, I won't be able to do it, or I have 2 left feet. No one has 2 left feet. So that's a bad excuse already. And if you have any other questions, just call me or text me, and I will help you in any way that I can. I do want to do some Zoom classes because it's helpful when you guys can interact with me and I can, answer questions. Right now I'm talking, and so I couldn't see, or instructing, and I couldn't see your comments, but I'll go over them. But just take a deep breath. There are tons of ways that people dance salsa, and it's unique to every person. There's just a few basic guidelines about salsa, right? Like, everybody makes tacos a little differently. At the end, you call them tacos, right? So this is salsa, and salsa is a mix of things, right? It's a mix. It's a mix. African culture and dance rhythms, Spanish dance rhythms. So it's all mixed, the indigenous people. So it is a mix. Everybody dances it differently, unless you're like doing a show. But when you're out having fun, it fills your soul. And it's beautiful, and I love that you guys are on here. I don't know how many people were watching, but I'm happy to see, that you guys are viewing it, because step out of your comfort zone. Try something new. And if you ever want to do a private class or anything, just call me. Let me know. I'm happy to do that too. So thank you guys. I hope you had a good hour with me, and it's good to see some of you on here, and I hope you enjoyed the class. All right, take care. Bye.